We'll start with the today's session with Fourier transform properties. Objective of today's session is to study and derive Fourier transform properties. That means these properties are related to if we do something in time domain, okay, any operation that we can carry out in the time domain, what is its effect in the frequency domain. That means if we do something in frequency domain, definitely it is affecting the time domain, or if we do certain operation in time domain, they are affecting the frequency domain. That is the first thing. Second thing is that means we can find out the Fourier transform of complex signal just by applying these properties. So we'll start with the discussing different properties. So first one is the linearity property. So just see x1t is a signal whose Fourier transform is x1 omega, x2t is another signal, its Fourier transform is x2 omega. Then this linearity property says that the linear combination of input, if you apply the linear combination of input like A x1t plus b x2t, let it be equals to zt. So this is the linear combination. If you take the Fourier transform of this linear combination of inputs, then it exists. The Fourier transform exists like this. That is a x1 omega plus b x2 omega. Means what? The linear combination of input, if you take its Fourier transform, then the output is nothing but the linear combination of Fourier transform of individual signals. Okay. So we can prove this property as zt is equals to this linear combination. So z of omega is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity zt e raised to minus j omega t dt, that is the equation of the Fourier transform. Put the values minus infinity to plus infinity, zt is equals to a x1t plus b x2t into e raised to minus j omega t dt. We can take a outside as it is constant, minus infinity to plus infinity, x1t e raised to minus j omega t. So we can use this rule, minus infinity to plus infinity, we can take b outside, x2t into e raised to minus j omega t dt, that is equals to a x1 omega plus b x2 omega. So this is z of omega. Okay. So z of omega is equals to the Fourier transform of linear combination of inputs. So this is equals to a x1 omega plus b x2 omega. So this is the property number 1, that is linearity property. So it obeys the property of linearity. Second property that we are going to discuss, that is the time shifting property. Time shifting. Let us see xt is the signal, its Fourier transform, that is equals to x of omega. Then if we introduce the shift in the time, that is t minus t naught, then in the Fourier, if you take the Fourier transform of that, it results into minus j omega t naught into x of omega. Means what? If we introduce the time shift t naught in the time domain, then it introduces the phase shift of minus omega t naught in the frequency domain, with amplitude remains the same. Now we'll prove this property. X of omega is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t into dt. Okay. Now x of t, now we are using here now the shifted input, that is equals to, now t is going to be replaced with t minus t naught. So this is x of Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught, that is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of t minus t naught into e raised to minus j omega t into dt, that is equals to, so this is the shift in time x of t minus t naught. Now we'll just do certain adjustment. Let m is equals to t minus t naught. So definitely t is equals to m plus t naught. If we take its differentiation, so this is dm, that is equals to dt, dm is equals to dt. Then when t is equals to infinity, m tends to infinity, and if t is equals to minus infinity, m tends to minus infinity. There is no change in the integration limits, so that is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. So t minus t naught is equals to m, so x of m into e raised to minus j omega. Now t is equals to m plus t naught, so m plus t naught into dt is equals to dm. So this is equals to dm. Now just see, that is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity xm e raised to minus j omega m into e raised to minus j omega t naught into dm. Now this integration is with respect to m, so this is the constant, so we can take it outside. So Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to e raised to minus j omega t naught, I am taking outside, minus infinity to plus infinity, minus infinity to plus infinity, so that is xm into e raised to minus j omega m into dm. Okay, so this is equals to Fourier transform. This is the Fourier transform x of omega. So this is equals to x of omega. So Fourier transform of this is equals to a raised to j omega t naught into x of omega. So Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to this. So there is, if there is shift in the time domain, so in the frequency domain, it introduces the phase shift of minus omega t naught. Thus, second property is proved. Next property is the frequency shift. Frequency shift. That means in the frequency domain. That means if we are introducing the frequency shift of omega naught in the frequency domain, what is its effect in the time domain, that we are going to see. Just see here, if we introduce the phase shift of omega naught in the frequency domain, then it results, that is, the signal in the time domain is going to be multiplied with e raised to j omega naught t. Okay, means what? X of t we know, that is Fourier transform of this gives x of omega, and if you are introducing minus omega naught phase shift in the frequency domain, that is x of omega minus omega naught, then definitely it is introduced, multiply the signal in the time domain by e raised to j omega naught t into xt. So we'll check it. Now this is the signal. So we'll take the Fourier transform of this. So as we know, x of omega is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity xt e raised to minus j omega t into dt. Now the Fourier transform of e raised to j omega naught t into xt is equals to, put the value minus infinity to plus infinity, e raised to j omega naught t xt e raised to minus j omega t dt, that is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e raised to minus j e raised to minus j, this is omega minus omega naught t dt. Okay, so this is the Fourier transform of, so just this is the shift in the frequency. So this is the Fourier transform of x of omega minus omega naught. So the Fourier transform of e raised to j omega naught t into xt is equals to x of omega minus omega naught. So this is just the frequency shift. So this is the Fourier transform of e raised to j omega naught t into xt. So the frequency shift, if you observe the frequency shift in the frequency domain, it will be multiplied by e raised to j omega naught t in the time domain. So this property is proved. Now we'll see one more properties in this session. So that is the time scaling property. Time scaling. Okay. Just see this property xt, its Fourier transform is x of omega. If we scale this signal, that is x of at, now this is the compression. If you do the compression in the time domain, so definitely expansion will be there in the frequency domain. So this is equals to 1 by a, that is magnitude of a, x of omega by a. So we'll prove this property also. Means if the signal is compressed, the meaning is that when the signal is compressed in the time domain, then it will be expanded in the frequency domain. So we'll carry out to prove the property, carry out the operation. So x of omega is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e raised to minus j omega t dt, that is the equation of the Fourier transform. Now Fourier transform of x of at is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of at into e raised to minus j omega t into dt. Now I will do certain setting here. Let m is equals to at, then t is equals to m by a, and dt is equals to dm by a. When t is equals to infinity, m tends to infinity. When t is equals to minus infinity, m tends to minus infinity. No change in the integration limit. So now the Fourier transform of f of at, minus infinity to plus infinity x of m, at is going to be replaced with m, then e raised to minus j omega, t is going to be replaced with what? m by a, and dt is going to be replaced with dm by a. As a is constant, I am taking it outside. 1 by a integration minus infinity to plus infinity xm into e raised to minus j omega m by a, omega m by a into dm, right? Next, that is Fourier transform of x of at is equals to, that is 1 by a, that is magnitude a, you can say, that is integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of m e raised to minus j omega by a into m into dm. So this is just the omega is going to be divided by a constant. So this is again the frequency. So this is the Fourier transform of, this is indicating the Fourier transform, that is x of omega by a. Hence, Fourier transform of x of at is equals to 1 upon magnitude of a into x of omega by a. So this property is proved. So this is all about the few properties in the today's session. Thank you.